Hey guys, welcome back to RK Garage. Don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment. Putting the clutch back in Ecojet today, so got it sent off. Don't remember when I got it. Anyway, got it sent off, arrived, a direct clutch. The next day they shipped it back out. It arrived while I was at work. I arrived 2 days ago, but I've been out all weekend, just got home. So got a couple hours before the live stream, so I'm always gonna get the clutch installed. And then tomorrow I'll get the gearbox in because I don't wanna rush, have that half done, or I'll have difficulties getting it in and then having to rush to get the stream going and everything. Yeah, but at least if I leave myself a couple hours to do the clutch, I can make sure I have all that done, get all my measurements, probably take measurements for the slave spacing, and then on my way back tomorrow from a course refresher I have at fucking 6:50 AM. Yeah, anyway, we'll get into it. So, clutch is here. Probably not the best way to lift it, but is what it is. Now I've taken all the shims out already because I had a look at it, but we're going to open this up so you guys can see with me. Just make sure you guys can see it. These suck to pull out. There we go. No, that one doesn't want to play ball. Yeah, it should. There we go. We'll make it play ball. Alright, so pressure plate. This got upped from 15,000 pounds clamping pressure to 2,200 or 22,000. No, 1,500 to 2,200, whatever I said, butchered. But yeah, that's all fresh, machined. Got the steels all machined. This actually looks brand new, but yeah, it got machined anyway. No more hot spots, which is nice. And then 2 brand new clutch plates. So unsprung steel and the sintered metal. So it's going to be an absolute prick to drive, but here's what it is. And then we have the other metal. So I'm gonna move this so I have them all in the right order. Then the other disc there. So yeah, this got machined as well because it had hot spots everywhere. If I remember when editing, I'll put up pictures of how everything looked. And then the flywheel all machined. I got new ARP bolts because my other ones were kind of rounded. Got myself a new bearing. If you're using a T56, the bearing number is, let's have a look, 6002Z. So let's tap on the screen. Oh, it's not going to be. Oh, it won't go clear. Anyway, it's 6002Z. That fits in the flywheel and perfectly over the input shaft. So I'm going to get this set up, and then we're going to start to whack the flywheel in. We'll put the flywheel in. I'll bolt it down one of the old bolts, take measurements because I know I need to cut the ARP stud bolts down. So we'll do that and then we'll carry on. Sorry about the weird angle, but it's pretty much the only way I could get the GoPro on nicely. Okay, so all right, I'm pretty sure that's seated nicely. Now I'm going to get measurements of how deep these go so I can measure compared to the new bolts. So let me try. Come on, camera. 29.43. Here's the depth. We'll do another one, make sure she's zeroed out, which basically it is. We'll go this one. So 29.7, give or take. So say I got 29 mil. So I'm gonna get a bolt out and we'll measure the length of that. All right, so got a bolt. We'll make sure we zero this out. And then I'm just gonna probably do it this way. So that's 25 mil long there. And then just to clarify, I had 29. Beautiful. I might not even have to cut these down at all. So I'm gonna try put one in off camera and we'll see. All right, so I'm gonna put them in, but they're gonna fit. So never have before, but yeah, this time it seems to. So I'm gonna use Loctite 263. Oh, there you go. I'm gonna put a bit on. Right. Need to actually grind down the face of that stud. I'm going to do that actually, grind down the face of that. I have to re-Loctite it all. It's just popping out a little too much for my liking. Alright, I've got all that sorted. I took the file off a couple times, took some measurements to make sure. Set this up to 28 foot-pounds, which works out to be about 38 Newton meters. So now we'll torque these, which I'm gonna have to wedge the flywheel somewhere. Hopefully, see if I can do this one-handed. I can't remember which ones I did. No, I'm just going to go around them all now. And make sure. That's why you go around them all. Be sure, because sure enough I'd missed one. Last one. Alright, they're torqued. I'm going to get this all cleaned up off camera. Clean this face down as well, and then we'll carry on. Okay, so you're going to use brake cleaner, heavy duty degreaser to grease the surface. Microfiber rag. I'm going to whack gloves on because you do not want to get oily stuff onto the metals. That doesn't help, it will make stuff slip, so I'm going to do that. Then we'll start to assemble it piece by piece and then do the shims on the pressure plate, which is going to be real dicky, but we'll manage it, we'll get around it. So yeah, I'm going to keep this rolling, but I'll edit to and from, but we'll get it all happening. So got that there, so that's all going to hold that together so it won't fall off, and then I can go put the shims in one by one, and then I'll do these last two, 1 and 4 last. Once they're in, these shims suck to put in. Gloves are going to come off now so I can handle the shims. But yeah, you know, we'll do that, and we'll just take measurements around across to the fingers between each bolt hole area to make sure that they're all the same. I'll get the clutch alignment tool in as well. Okay. So this bit really sucks because I gotta get these 3 little shims in behind there. Which can be tricky. Okay. That's that one done. Now since that one's in, I'm going to do number 1 now so I don't forget. Same thing, get the 3 shims, slide it up, poke this through to kind of get a grip on it. And there's that. I'll go 6 now. Alright, swap hands now. Oop. That's why you got to be careful. Because you can Right. Now that I've got them 3 done, I'm probably going to turn the motor over so that these are on the side now, because I'll make my life 20 times easier. Got there. I need a bit more. Right, got a bit more. Yeah. Alright, I think I bumped this too, I don't know if you guys can see. Oh yeah. Cool. I'll probably edit this in the software so that it will tilt normal, so it might be a narrow view. That would affect you guys because you wouldn't have seen it. Right, let's do 5. All right. That one's in. I'll take this one out. I'll do 4. Cool, got that in. Now, lucky glass number 3. There we go. Alright, now I'm not going to do them tight, but I'm just going to reel them in a bit. Because it has to go all the way. Has to be sent all. You just got to keep it nice and even. Like that. Alright, they're nipped up. Okay, time to torque these up. It calls for 25 Newton meters, so we'll see if it will do that without turning everything. That's 25. That's 25. We'll go here. Don't know if I've done this one yet or not. 25. 25. This one should be the last one. Alright, that's all torqued. Now this should be able to come in and out easy, which is good. That goes right in, out. Piece of piss. Happy days. So I'll get the bell housing bolted onto this. We'll do some measurements. I'm going to get all my measurements for these, make sure they're correct as well, off camera, and then we'll get the bell housing on. Alright, so clutch is in. I'll get away from the light. Clutch is in. It's all shimmed up, but all measures correct. I'm going to get the bell housing on. Start to get my measurements for the slave so I can adjust the slave to suit how this is. Hopefully it'll bring the pedal down, because right now it was releasing right at the top, which I fucking hate. But yeah, so I'll do that, get it all shimmed up, and we'll carry on. I'll probably get all that done off camera. You guys don't need to see that. You've seen it all before. You're probably already bored after watching all that, and then we'll come back when I'm putting the gearbox in, or I'll just get the gearbox in and come back after that's in. We'll see. Alright, so day 2. Lower the car down slightly a little bit, make it easy for me to reach all the top bolts. Here you guys can see that. So bell housing's on, clutch is on. Now, just to put the gearbox in. I'm not going to bother filming putting the gearbox in. You guys don't need to see that. So we'll just come back when the gearbox is all in and tight, and we got to bleed the clutch. So we'll crack on with that. Get all these wires and lines hooked back up, which isn't fun, and slot the shifter back into this gap here with a nice big hole that I cut. Yeah, so I'm going to do that, and then we can bleed it and start it and see if the alternator belt gets thrown off again and all that fun stuff. But yeah, I'm going to carry on with that. Just want to get it done, can't be bothered filming it. I'm sure you guys understand, so I'll see you soon. Alrighty, a couple of hours later we should be ready to bleed the clutch. Got the exhaust back in, so in case you guys haven't seen it before, the 4-inch exhaust, one middle muffler where we've touched down a bit. But then gearbox is all in. That probably makes it worse for you guys to see. But yeah, gearbox is all in, bell housing is there. It was an absolute prick to get in. I had to use the bolts to pull it in very slowly on either side. I didn't sit there with a rattle gun. And at one point I did make a pop sound, so I'm hoping that just popped into place and the bearing didn't pop out or anything. Or I didn't damage anything. I guess we'll find out when I try to drive it and when I get on power. But yeah, so now I'm gonna lower it down. I'm gonna get the shifter back on, get it into neutral because it is in gear, and attempt to bleed the clutch, because obviously I need to get it into neutral so I can roll the car forward to get in and out to keep bleeding it and topping up the reservoir. So I'm gonna get it on the ground and everything, and I might film bleeding it, or I might just film once it's all done, and we'll see. Yeah, I think it took me 2 hours to gearbox in, tail shaft in, exhaust on. Exhaust can be finicky being V-band, but yeah, seems like it's all right, so we'll see. Alright, this should be all bled up, so let's see if we can move. Look at that, you can still ride the clutch and move out. Lovely. Alright, so shut the roller door. And we'll go take this a test drive, but you guys will see that on the next episode.